What's up? This is the second part of the interview that we had with Valentin. For the first part, you can check it out here. It was very interesting, but this one, I feel that it was even better than the first one. We're going to cover more stuff about how to make from average rep, how can you become a sales leader, how to build your road, how to plan your career, and be amazing in sales. So follow for more and check out the full episode. Bye-bye. So part 2 of the interview. Last time we spoke about overall Web3, how Web3 sales and how to build team in Web3, experiences that Valentin had with building one of the most successful Web3 teams in Ukraine. And I would love to kick off the conversation right now with skills of the Web3 executive, how they're different from the regular rep, what is missing, or let's say a Web3 rep, they want to become an SDR or an account executive. Well, if they want to become a sales manager, what kind of skills and learnings they need to get in order to get there?
Yeah, so I would say, what I can talk for myself, right? What was helpful throughout my journey. So I was lucky enough to start diving deeper in psychology. Like I was, around 16 years old when I started reading various books. Not a lot of books, but various books. Yeah. So and what was really helpful to come across neurolinguistic programming. So it's basically very structured way of using psychotherapy. So there are so many cool techniques. So that was really helpful in terms of setting up how to work with your emotions, how to build the rapport, how to ask the questions. So they how to build a communication in which your client answers through questions, gets to the state of being ready to do something, because through the questions you get him to the right state of mind, state of body, state of everything. Basically preparing him for the right decision. So it's like talking about the psychological side of things. So definitely recommend diving deeper into NLP, which is neurolinguistic programming. Quite a valuable piece of
and it works in life, like not only in sales, anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, and as talking about the hard skills, definitely it makes sense to dive deeper in the digital marketing and the way things work there, because especially nowadays, this is something that would be required from a proper BD person to understand how the funnels work, how to how to do digital marketing properly. Other than that, it's all about experience, and one more time, asking questions. Most of the answers they lay on top, and you just have to take this 1 extra hour before work and read. As one of the answer that I got to similar question like yours was actually really simple, but really deep. Read classic literature. There are so many examples there. And I think that the good salesperson, good communicator, first of all, is a person that is well educated. And in order to be well educated, you can just start your morning with Wikipedia. Just read about, I don't know, what happened in the year 1812. Yeah, read why the world is round. Doesn't matter. Just the more educated you are, the more chances you have of building a proper rapport and eventually closing the deal.
I totally feel you, because in crypto, there is this narrative, if the market is super down, then we all go to McDonald's. And this means that besides doing this what you're doing right now, you're like worthless. You can only go to McDonald's. It's not a position of a well-educated individual that can be lost. These kind of people, they can't be lost in life. And I'm curious, you also touched this point really briefly, but I want to dive deeper into this. The experience and the years that you spent as a SDR or account executive or overall in sales operations, are they important to become a sales leader? Or you can come to a new industry, or even if you have some kind of adjacent experience, you can spend 6 months and then you can transition to a sales leader, or you still need to have this knowledge and spend 4 or 5 years or 2 years. I don't know. What do you think about this? How much time buys you an entry ticket for sales executive?
Got it. So, and we are actually touching the subject of McDonald's. Yes. So we can actually learn a lot from McDonald's. McDonald's is all about the process. Yeah. So whenever every city in the world, with every McDonald's in the world, will have the same flavor of a hamburger, right? So answering your question. So first of all, we can learn a lot from McDonald's, and there is nothing bad probably it makes sense to spend 1-2 months working in McDonald's and learn how the processes work and how they're written and how you can implement them in a company. And talking about the experience, well, it's always a chicken egg problem. Yeah. So I started my career at 16 as a waiter at a small restaurant close to the the road. With all sorts of interesting customers, from prostitutes to gangsters and guys like that. But I started seeing world and I started making my first money. Then my actual second the way I can talk for myself. The way I entered the sales, I was actually writing the scientific paper in school, and it was about the concept of privacy in American lingo culture, something like that. And the professor that was, working with me and leading me through that project eventually helped me to land my first sales job when I was. So I landed my first sales job when I was 18. It was my first year at the university. I was selling design services. I didn't know anything about design. I know there's, I didn't know anything. I just, was. Luckily, I had some knowledge about psychology, and luckily, I knew how to use Google and ask questions. So, talking about experience, well, it will obviously depend on the company that you're applying to. But I would say that, again, with McDonald's, it's all about the process. Sales is very well structured process with a lot of techniques. So. It's a very structured magic. So with a proper approach, if you want to enter, it's actually, I think, the easiest job in the world to enter. And it's the way I position sales is that it's a blue collar job in a white collar world. So it's a job where you need to prove that you were something. So
I saw a quote that sales is the best job when done right and the worst job when done wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. So, experience is everything, but it's not something that should stop you from trying and applying and getting your first one.
I just made a video about this that I see that you can, if you want to grow in sales, you can only grow and there is no other way. If you want to get new customers, get better to what you're doing, you need to grow all the time. And if you want to grow faster, you can invest your money into it. So you're buying courses, you're buying education, you're buying other people's time to coach you. And this helps you to grow even faster than the market. So I just bought $800 course. And the reason for this, because I saw that everything that happens in my process is kind of like cycles. I have very good times and then I have very bad times. Then I have, and again. What do you think about this from the managerial perspective? Do you, in management, do you also think about this as cycles where you understand that your people, your team, they can go through a really bad month or through a really bad quarter, but then you're back on track, you're back on the horse again. What do you think about this overall?
Yeah, so I personally think that, first of all, salespeople are very interested, inverted commas, animals. Yeah, so for every bad case, there will be a perfect explanation. August, everyone is on vacation. September, well, they're preparing kids for school. November, everyone is preparing for the Christmas holidays.
Yes.
Then December, January, everyone is on Christmas holidays. Yes. February, everyone's recovering from Christmas. Then they're preparing for summer. So, bad sales representative will always find an explanation why the quota is not closed, or filled. It's like being first of all, being a salesperson yourself, you have to be honest with yourself. Being a sales manager and managing a team, you need to understand how these guys work and how the circles work. So to answer your questions, indeed, everywhere in life, everywhere, I would say, there are circles. They're logical, because there are people, there is, for that reason, there's a time to buy, there's a time to sell. Then there is a time to buy, there is time to, et cetera. So there are circles everywhere. It's just a matter of doing a proper math and doing a proper planning with the team. So you actually, it's all about it's Moneyball. If you know what I'm talking about, this is a great movie, great example of how math works, an example of baseball, right? And how you can take let's say not A players,
average players,
average players, yeah, and with a proper combination of different skill sets, different experiences, you can actually win the race. But let's put it this way. So sales, in essence, it's even though like we're working with our tongues a lot, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and some may put us in a category of non-math related sciences, but we are in essence really
We are, because we check
yeah.
the revenue. We are all these Excel columns, they need to match at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year when people are watching it. And if you have unrealistic expectations and then you say like go sell $1 million of lemonade, you can probably do this if you build a lemonade company, but this is not a question of 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about proper research and understanding, that magic is usually a structured thing, and in order to make it structured, you need to run your Excel properly.
Yeah, okay. And you also touched a point about team and sales managers. They usually help each other. So sales management is there to nurture their people, their team, help them sell better, help them, because they're standing on a few years of experience. They have been in the industry, they actually know, they actually solve these kind of problems, so they can help their team to solve those problems. And it's a very common scenario that this is what I see in the community, that a lot of salespeople, they have their teammates as coaches. They're helping them, they're explaining them the deals. Especially this is super helpful at the beginning when you're just starting out. When there is authority, someone on more grown up, in the industry, that can show you, that can explain you, that can walk you through every problem or every success that you have. What is your approach for coaching teams, for sharing knowledge? Maybe what the best manager was in your life, like, or the best person that coached you, what did they share with you?
Yeah, great question. So talking about the I would say approach to education and coaching. So the thing that again we will be getting back to it a couple more times. Yeah, so McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's literally has instructions on how to wash the hands.
Mm-hmm.
So when approaching the education and trainings within the sales teams, so most of the things you can actually structure, and most of the things you can write down and align with your process and make it efficient for, first of all, for yourself and for the newcomer, so they can actually come prepared. So most of the things you can write down. That's what I would say.
Structure. Okay.
Second thing, what I've done, and it was super helpful, at least back then, like in 2020, 2021, is, like you said, combining newcomers with your experienced sales guys, and by this you actually achieving quite cool results in terms of speed, because when you're, let's say, a boss, and you're the manager, the newcomer may have, may be shy. I mean, we're all humans. You never know. So people for some reason are afraid to ask questions, but when you're talking or working with the person on the same level as you are, you're not afraid to ask questions. You actually open to do mistakes, and mistakes are great. Yeah. So that's how we learn. So that's the way I approached things back in the day. As for the managers, and the best manager I've met, to be honest, I haven't met one. And with this, I want to say that every guy, every boss, every team leader that I work with was an example. So because if you're taking, every person that takes responsibility, even for him or herself, is a person that deserves respect. And if you're actually taking the leadership and lead, not only yourself, but a group of like-minded people, in a battle, then, well, I only have respect for you. Obviously, like with all the humans, whether whether it's your boss or a colleague, there are cons and pros, different views in life, different management styles. But other than that, everyone who's trying to build something new, especially a new market, they only have my respect.
Okay. Let's do closing question and do it like very fast in the Blitz format. Imagine there is someone listening to this episode right now who wants to become a sales manager, but they don't know how. They kind of like in the beginning of the road, they have this big plan that I want to become sales leader in the next 2-3 years. What one single thing you would advise them to do?
You will eventually die, so just take this chance. And every job interview is a sales opportunity. So first of all, begin with selling yourself and learning how to sell yourself.
Amazing. I love this. I think that we nailed it, and thank you very much for joining the interview. It was very nice to speak with you, and let's do another session in a few months.
Yeah, thank you, Nikolai, and thanks a lot to the things that you do for the industry, and yeah, let's catch up in a couple of months.
Let's catch up, guys. Check out channels, my YouTube channel. Check out links for Valentin. I will leave his LinkedIn. I will leave the link for Swing. You can check out what they're doing there. Please get in touch with him, because you see that the guy really knows what he's talking about, and happy to build the Web3 together. I think that Valentin is always open to connect and chat about anything Web3 related, right?
Yeah. Reach out, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Quick sum up of the second part. What differentiates manager from a regular representative is that the manager understands the whole pipeline, and they understand it from different perspectives. They understand from different angles, from digital marketing, from sales, from business overall. You need to, as a manager or as a leadership or as an executive, you need to be very well aligned on what are your team plans, and you need to make sure that your team can do this, because bad people, they would always, or bad professionals, they would always find an excuse. So you need to create a space where people have ambitious goals, but they're able to do them, and you're constantly helping them to do this, just because you are understanding the whole pipeline, the whole business very well. And yes, experience is needed. Every time is different, but it's hard to be an executive when you don't have this understanding of the whole pipeline and of the whole business. Another thing that Valentin shared with us is that it's impossible to build a good scalable business like McDonald's if you don't understand the basics. So you need to know, you need to go learn basics, you need to network with people, you need to create an environment where experience in your team comes from more experienced people to less experienced people, so they're trained fast and you have a better organization every month. What you can do right now, you can subscribe for the Blockchain Business Builders YouTube channel, or you can go and apply for our community. You can join the community. It's around 100 reps that are working together collaboratively, helping each other, coaching each other, and be great, because you are great. I know that you're great in sales, and just want to help you be better at it. So please join the community, subscribe, like, do all the social stuff so more people are engaged. Every like is 10 more people that are coming and watching this video. And see you soon, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.